Benedict, let's get the latest, first of all, on talks taking place between Ursula von der Leyen and Boris Johnson. What more do we know about those conversations happening, I understand, on the telephone?
Yes, so actually we don't know anything yet because we think they're still speaking. So let's point out that this is the second conversation on the phone in 48 hours. The first one was on Saturday. That's when Prime Minister Boris Johnson spoke to EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. And that conversation, we understand, didn't go terribly well. It lasted an hour. We don't know how long this conversation is going to last. It started at 4 p.m. local time. I would hope that in the next half an hour we will have some sort of readout. What had been decided on Saturday is that despite significant divergences, and I quote, in the three areas you just indicated, what was going to happen is that there would be, therefore, the talks that had been paused on Friday night would move to Brussels. That's indeed what happened. We had some talks yesterday, then a briefing by Michel Barnier, the Brexit EU negotiator, a very gloomy start then to the resumption of talks. And here we are. And really, we were expecting to be able to talk to you about the internal market bill. But what's happened since is we've had an urgent question in Parliament from the Labour opposition, the main opposition party, Rachel Reeves, calling actually the cabinet minister, Michael Gove, but he's in Brussels, so it was somebody else, it was the Paymaster General, wanting to know what is indeed the progress in the negotiations and also what preparations is the government making for the end of the transition period. You'll remember that the 31st of December, a date that cannot be changed anymore, there could have been an extension that was refused persistently, categorically by the Prime Minister Boris Johnson. So we have this clock ticking. We are 24 days away and still no deal. So what will come out of this conversation? We understand that the talks have to finish on Wednesday. Let's remember we've got an EU Council on Thursday and Friday. But we've just heard that there's a big concession from the government on the internal market bill, and that is that they are prepared to revoke the most controversial clauses that were going to breach international law. That is definitely a significant concession. They wouldn't call it a concession, but it's an offer, a very public one, that Mr. Johnson is probably making right now to Ursula von der Leyen.
Okay, so by all accounts, some sort of an olive branch there from London. And any other signs of concession or olive branches, Benedict?
Well, no, but what we did learn because of the urgent question is in fact that there has been some progress, but what Penny Mordaunt says were familiar differences remain. And again, this point and this word that comes back again and again, that the United Kingdom was not prepared to agree to a deal if it didn't get back all its sovereignty. And really what we've got is we've got a clash of philosophies, the EU that want to protect its single market. Of course, the United Kingdom will be leaving the single market on the 31st of December, leaving the customs union. And to business that has been crying out for weeks, for months, and again today, the British Chamber of Commerce, for the lack of clarity, for the fact that whether it's car components, whether it's indeed vaccines or others, they are really concerned that business does not have that clarity and that we still don't know if there's going to be a deal or no deal.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to speed. France 24's Benedicte Paviot in London. Thank you so much.